How did that change your trajectory of like where your career was headed, like before and after?
I mean, so before everybody like no idea music, but
Right.
it was more so like also just people around the way they know I did music. They would ask me to mix stuff and get on songs and do features and stuff like that. Like it was always like that, but it was um it was kind of like limited because like I was still like working a regular 9 to 5 job and all that other stuff. And but what ended up happening is I was working at Ford and pandemic hit. So we was on shutdown for a minute because they was trying to get the plant together and all the COVID regulations. And so while I was off, I took my unemployment check. I bought me a MacBook. No, I bought an iMac. I bought the desktop Mac. I bought the desktop Mac. I bought an interface, and I bought me a bike. And then I was just like, I was gonna just try to get back into it.
Yeah.
So I had a friend named Cody. He had a studio on the west side. And while I was off from work, he was just like, "Hey, bro, look, if you trying to make some cash, bro, like I need an engineer up here. I can't just run it by myself." And then that's how I met my homie AJ too. AJ was mixing up there too. So during the pandemic, that's kind of like why I started really like building my name. But it was kind of like difficult because it's like a lot of people they was rocking with me, but I was so far west. Like I was not west. I'm like Pilsen area.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, like if they was not trying to come to Pilsen to come see me.
Right, right.
Some people did though, and I rock with y'all who did. And then so what ended up happening is the head engineer that was there, he just left unexpectedly, didn't tell nobody, and we was still responsible for rent.
Yeah.
Cause like we was like it was like a space. It was like one of them buildings where it's like you walk in, dispensary in the front, girl doing hair, tattoo man right there, the studio all the way in the back.
Yeah.
So it was like one of those like everything that's doing business in here pays like a certain amount every month for like rent to stay here. So me and AJ, we kind of had to like pick up the slack for that. But I never forget I had 5 sessions lined up one day, and then the owner called me and was like, "Hey, look, man, I ain't gonna hold you. Y'all ain't paid the rent. You gotta get up out of here." Like, he was like, "You gotta get up out of here." But luckily, my homie Kendall, his uncle had a spot like a couple blocks over. So I just told them 5 sessions, like, "Hey, look, come over here." So I ended up knocking them 5 sessions out. And then probably like a week later, Ford was like, "Yeah, I'll come back to work." But then like when I came back to work, it just didn't feel the same no more. But yeah, like I'm like, man, I'm mixing consistently. And then I was just like, it don't feel the same no more.